Okay, this is part 2 of our design using line. And again, you're looking at this, I see more shapes than I see lines, but this is just the jumping off point for this particular element, which is line. So I had a video that I did before this on how to draw these circles, and I'm now going to do a video on how to draw the geometric star. I want to tell you a couple things first. The first time I did this, I had this. And while I think it's really interesting and I like it, I do think there's a lot of tiny little areas here, and my star doesn't really reach out very far. So I did try going, and I think I was fairly successful in going out towards the edge more. There are a lot of tiny areas, but I do think that's going to be part of the interesting details in this design. So how we do this geometric star is you're going to need a ruler and a pencil, and you are going to start with a line, a segment, and the size is up to you. I've been going about 1.5 inches. I'm going to try something that's maybe just a little bit longer. Maybe I went more than 1.5 inches because this one right here is about 3 inches. So I'm going to go about 3 inches. Now remember, like I talked to you in the first video, I want you to draw as light as possible. Mine are a little on the dark side so that you can see on the video. But lighter is better. So on this line, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 points, and these are going to be my starting points for everything else that I do. And I'm going to draw a bunch of triangles, so this is a starting point. So once I have this done, we're going to draw 12 to 15 points all over the paper. And I'm going to make sure that some of these points are at the edges, some of them are in a little bit more. So there's 2. There's 10. And there's 13. So we'll stop at 13 and see. It's a little heavy on this side, but I can always add one later. So once you have your points done, you are going to go to point A, and here's point B. Start with point A and connect it to each point. So I'm going to draw a line up to point A, from point B up to this, and then I just keep doing this with every dot that we drew. And that's how we get all that overlapping that we saw in the examples. Oops, I almost forgot one there. You want to hold your ruler more in the middle. I'm going to skip this one for a minute just to kind of give you a view of what it looks like as we go around the paper, because I'm not going to do all of this. One of the suggestions I'll give you is not to put a point right here. I mean, you could try it, but I think it's going to end up being more flat. And so I have a majority of these done. So that gives you an idea of how to do it. Again, draw a line segment with A and B points, and then put 12 to 15 points all the way around. You could even do more, but I did find that it gets a little busy on this inside. So I'm going to say 12 to 15. And then you are going to connect them to each point, from A, B to each point. And that's how you do your geometric star.